I got this? We're live again. I don't know whether we've got anybody watching
Did it
us.
look?
Um, so we haven't with the loss of power, but this is the
I think it
problem
picks
of
up over
yeah.
time. Um,
This is the problem of broadcasting in the middle of a war zone, Caolan.
well, yeah.
I wish you'd
There's
find
a lot of
I wish you'd find another place to broadcast from. It would be so much easier. You
there's a
know,
lot of electronic warfare going on here. You
we could
see, so it
we
kind of
could we
goes up and down.
we could ask Carol Vorderman to do it for us. Um,
Yeah.
sorry, I've got I've got a I've got a what do you call it a meeting with a panel discussion about reality TV with Rylan, and I think the most exciting thing that Rylan can think of is standing in the middle of a group of people with no clothes on, and I think you rather outstrip that, Caolan. You are in the real world, and it's terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
Um, uh, but I mean, it puts things into perspective, doesn't it? And
It's
it's really important.
strange.
Are you okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I'm surprised that people don't know what's going on here. Like I told my friends about it. I told people in journalism about it today, and they were horrified. They were like, "Oh, it's like Mad Max." Like, what do you mean? They're actually just using drones to hit civilians? I was like, "Yeah, like they did it 25 times since this morning today. They destroyed like 15 cars and killed this many people every day. It is out of control. This is warfare we haven't seen before. We're talking about Gaza and Israel, and we're saying about these pagers, but that's a whole different thing. But this is indiscriminate killing of civilians with drones, regardless of who they are,
Yeah.
constantly. So
And there's
um,
and it's very clear who's doing it. This is the Russians doing it. There's no point in trying to ghost this or what is it, gaslight. This is it's very clearly coming from one source. This is a vicious form of warfare.
yeah, the Ukrainians aren't, in dugouts with drones targeting civilians at the other side of the river here. It is exclusively the Russians doing that. The Ukrainians are trying to take out their positions. And that's also quite strange to hear as well, is there's a lot of extremely loud bangs that shake the windows that are happening here tonight. And it's hard to figure out whether that's incoming or outgoing, whether that's this side shooting there or that side shooting back. But I hope there's a lot of counter striking going on, because it's like just this city is just being eroded every day, eroded into nothing. This is what Russia does: is it erodes, and it abrasively erodes and erodes and erodes until there's nothing left. It's slow war. This has been a slow war with Kherson since the city was liberated, in 2022 at Christmas, or at the beginning of 2023 when the Russians were pushed across the bridge. They
Mm.
celebrated liberation, and there's videos of the people in Kherson with flags and celebrating, and
Returning.
you know
Mm.
returning. And that day the Russian army set up their positions and started hammering the city indiscriminately, because they're pissed off that they can't have it, that they were chased out of it, and they want it gone. They laugh, I imagine, every time they shoot something into the city, and it is completely indiscriminate. In Odessa feels like the safest place in the world compared to here. I can't wait to go back. It doesn't feel like it's at war even compared to what's going on here. Like, the threshold is so different. But at least there it's more so military targets, because it's harder to hit. Here you could count battery fire, basic Soviet era artillery can hit the buildings here, because the Russians are there. They are 5 minutes. If I walk for 5 minutes from where I am now, probably giving away too much, to the river, I would see them. I would be sniped. I would be under sniper fire from them. Like, they are close. And that's why the city is plunged into darkness every night. That's why it's being eroded so much, because it's so close to the Russians, and this is what they do to places in Ukraine. So, And they also haven't destroyed Odessa because they think of it as a Russian city. Putin wants to take Odessa one day. He sees it as Russian when it's not. It's Odessa has existed longer than Russia has existed, um,
Hmm.
and so he doesn't want to annihilate it. But he wants to annihilate Kherson, which is what he's doing. And there's no glass left in this building. Um, there's a piece of glass separating my bathroom with my bedroom here I'm looking at, and it's covered in plastic because if there's a massive strike here, that will blow through. But all the windows in this apartment are blown out, and there isn't any glass left in this city because because they've just plummeted it. Um,
What's the
so
temperature like?
Here it's 30 degrees Celsius and very humid. There's a microclimate on the Black Sea that keeps things very hot. It's actually hotter than Odessa somehow. It's really warm, which is eerie.
Yes.
This is another. So I get the air raid siren alerts, and they come through every 20 minutes here, and they don't bother turning them on anymore. So there's sirens everywhere. They don't actually turn them on in Kherson anymore. I was walking through the city and I could hear explosions, thinking, "Where's the air raid system?" And Serena said, well, they turned it off because there was no point. They literally they would alert it every 15 minutes, and the people here were like, "Well, what's the point?" Because they shoot things constantly into the city, so there's no more air sirens. I just got an alert on my phone there, because they send you a text message saying, "By the way, there's another thing coming in here," but they're hitting it so much, there's no point in even turning on
And the other
the
thing
alarms
coming
anymore.
in is missiles or just drones.
So the alert that's just come through there a few minutes ago was probably something more serious, which likely was like a guide bomb. I don't know what exactly the terminology are for these things, but something more significant. Um, that's taken off either from the Black Sea or from the Russian positions. The arts theater that I visited today was obliterated by something huge. I can't remember what the terminal is. It like a CATM or something like that? There's a name for it. It's a huge bomb that they don't normally
Yeah.
use, aerial bomb. They don't normally use in Kherson because they don't need to because they can rely on cheap short range systems. But they took out the entire building, um, which was weird. I think the soldier was very confused with me because I had gone into this art center. I literally got off the bus, went into this art center because the person that was going to be driving me to my apartment stopped me there, and he was like, um, "We're in a really dangerous place, Kale, and you can see the other side of the river. So let's be quick in and out." Because I really wanted to see the devastation that the Russians had done to this place, and there was a piano surrounded by fire, and I started pressing some of the keys, and you could hear the music echoing through the room. It's very weird. And glass everywhere, stuff everywhere. And then when I tried to leave the building, that's when the drone started chasing us between the building and the car. So I heard my friend start screaming and shouting. So I decided to run back into the building. And then there's a soldier in there with a gun just watching this crazy British journalist without anything on, running through the building with glass everywhere.
So
Saying
that's
sorry, sorry, sorry. I don't think I was supposed to be in there, but it's just weird, a very weird day. I mean, really, God. I'll release all the footage of this. It was all filmed, but he must have thought the British are insane. I think I'm the only British journalist in Kherson. Yeah, actually, I am right now. Um, and he must have thought, what the hell is he doing running through the atrium of this building, screaming?
yeah.
I don't think he could hear the drone, but it was a really weird day. Um, Such a strange place. But it's sad because last time I was here, there was bars, there was music, there was still some stuff happening. I think there was a performance hall where there were shows going on. None of that exists now. Everyone has left. Anyone that can leave has left. So yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I'm sorry. Look, we should keep in touch and let me know. Let me know how things go. Get back to civilization as soon as you can, um, and
Yeah, I
stay
will. Well, I'm
safe.
here to report for Byline. Yeah, well, I'm here
Hmm?
to report a few articles for Byline tomorrow, and then my own channel. Then I'll go. There's some like filthy Russian troll people in the comments anyway, so I'll leave them
Really?
to what
Have
is
you?
it says, yeah,
You can eat.
Slurpentius Corporation. Just these sort of like
I,
horrid
d-
type
I think you're you're better than this. You're better at finding this stuff than I am. Um I don't think I can find the. Oh, I
they
found it.
always say they always come to your
Stop.
channel. I don't know what it is. They
Yeah.
come
Well,
to
you know.
lots of my friends' channels now. They're yeah, it's crazy. But they yeah, it's people that don't
Um.
like anyone talking about what's going on here. You know, it's just sort of filthy people that have had their pockets lined with Russian money or their bots. But that's how it is.
Yeah. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, look. Be
No, it's
safe.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is the internet. This is how it works.
Ah. I find it terrifying, but Biden says we cannot look away, and I think Biden's right, isn't he? You know, and
Yeah.
you are,
Well, no, it's
and you
true.
were
I mean, this
there.
is why I wanted to come here and film this. Yeah, no, definitely.
Um,
Well, so there we go. Well, I'm going to publish my report from today. I need to move locations every day. Um,
please keep
and
moving.
uh, yeah, and I don't want to publish the report I filmed today until I've left where I am now because my bank called me when I was trying to pay for something and they thought that I was in Russia. It's actually an indication that the 5G and 4G towers across the river were picking up my phone signals. So it means I don't want to be here. So I'm going to move and then publish the report. So I'll put it out tomorrow.
Good, please do. Right, and we will keep in touch. I think you better call me tomorrow morning.
I will. I should be
Um,
okay. I'm going to take some sleeping pills and try and power through this noise because it's very noisy, very annoying.
yeah, make put your put your put your body armor on for sleeping, please.
It's far too heavy for that. I could barely lift it here. It's like this is like, there's a plate in the front and the back, and this is like category three anti, I don't know, ballistic, whatever the
Right,
level is. It's
right.
really heavy. I would rather not. But yeah. And I don't
I
want to wear it outside as well. This is the dilemma. The press officers, the military want you to wear it, but it makes you more of a target. But then if you get hit, so it's a constant dilemma of whether to wear it or not. But I'll take it with me.
Yeah. Hi, Kellen. I'm horrified.
Okay.
Look, be well, and God bless, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay. Speak to you tomorrow.
Sleep well.
Thanks. I will.